Hello everybody, this is Demon360 and I am back. When I made the top 10 most powerful Jedi list, I promised I would do a top 10 Sith Lords list as I am pro Sith over Jedi. And I am back to do just that. Quick notes before we actually get to the top 10. I am doing confirmed Sith Lords who have been actively confirmed, so no Kylo Ren, no Gods of Mortis. Secondly, when revolving around Darth Revan, I bet everyone wants to see Revan on this list. Well, he's not on this list. And he wasn't on the Jedi list either, and I'd like to explain my reasoning for that, because he really could be on either of these lists. I feel Revan is at the peak of his power when he's light and dark, and he's not just Jedi and not just Sith. And I'm looking at these characters at the height of their power, how powerful they did become. And Revan became as powerful as he did when he wasn't Jedi or Sith. So, I'm just not, and as a Sith and a Jedi, he just was not as powerful as the top 10. So, yep, we're just going to look at confirmed Sith Lords at the height of their power. And, yeah, here we go. The top 10 most powerful Sith Lords of all time. Let's begin. At number 10, we have Oreganos. Oreganos lived during the earliest days of the Sith. And by earliest, I mean like first 1,000 years the Sith Lords ever existed. Like, he's really old. Oreganos basically led the Sith. And he's one of the only Sith to just die of old age because he was so unbeaten. He's also one of the few Sith to be able to survive after death and become a Sith spirit, with followers still following him after his death. Oreganos was incredibly powerful in the Force, and he was incredibly experienced on the battlefield. However, his martial arts abilities were okay at best. He was only really average, and again, we just don't know enough about him to make a complete knowledge of his powers. But for what we do know, he makes number 10 on this list. At number 9, we have Naga Sadow. Naga Sadow and Oreganos were really close. But I put Naga Sadow at number 9 over Oreganos because I think he has a few more feats and there's just more presented. Naga Sadow was, again, another very ancient Sith Lord and a master of Sith sorcery. This dude was so powerful with Sith sorcery, he was able to destroy a star. He was also able to defeat Ludo Kresh in martial arts, and while Ludo Kresh wasn't one of the greatest swordsmen, he was still very capable for a man of his era. Sadow even led many of the Sith Lords to war during the old times, with basically half the Sith Order going with him and the other half going with Kresh. And Naga Sadow kind of took Ludo's people in and then almost crushed the Jedi. So, overall, Naga Sadow was pretty powerful and really a threat that you should watch out for. At number 8, we have Darth Plagueis the Wise. Now, many of you will be probably very triggered by Plagueis being number 8 on this list, but hear me out. As a lightsaber duelist, Darth Plagueis could not even defeat Darth Venemus, a guy who I could honestly count maybe 100 other Jedi and Sith of lower rank and skill than Plagueis that could probably beat him. Tactical ingenuity, Plagueis was very smart, but a lot of what he actually did, he needed a lot of help from Palpatine. Experience? Plagueis was in the ruler too. He was hiding for hundreds of years. He wasn't on the battlefield all the time. He was a great manipulator and stuff, but a lot of what affected the galaxy was Sidious's work, not his. As a Force wielder, Plagueis was indeed very powerful. He had many powerful abilities, and Darth Sidious wouldn't have been as powerful as he was if it wasn't for Plagueis. But again, compared to the next few Sith Lords, I don't think Plagueis really has all that there is. So Darth Plagueis is number 8. Please don't hate on me in the comments, and let's just move on. At number 7, I put Exar Kun. And let me just make this clear that in my opinion, number 7, number 6, and number 5 could easily be flip-flopped. And actually, this whole list is my opinion. None of this is fact, but just based on what I know about these characters. So, what makes Exar Kun number 7? Well, as a lightsaber duelist, Exar Kun is incredible. He mastered the unique one-handed double-bladed lightsaber, which is pretty impressive. He defeated Vodosiask Voss, one of the best sword masters of the day, and honestly, only Ulic Qel-Droma could challenge him. As a Force wielder, Exar Kun was a master of Sith sorcery, having many incredible gauntlets of magic, and was basically untouchable. Seriously, it took the whole Jedi Order just to imprison him on Yavin 4. As a tactician, Exar Kun led his own war. That's pretty impressive, which also means he must have had a lot of intelligence. He literally led an entire war against the Jedi. And it took the entire Jedi Order in a powerful Force ritual to trap him in Yavin 4 and lock his spirit in Yavin 4 for 1,000 years, probably longer. Ouch. So, in short, Exar Kun, master of a lightsaber, incredible Sith sorcery, great tactician, number 7 on this list. At number 6, we put Darth Vader. And, okay, this is where the trigger people are going to come out. If Plagueis didn't make you angry enough, there's no doubt Vader's going to make you angry. Hear me out. Hear me out. Remember I said 7, 6, and 5 can all flip-flop in my mind. And probably yours as well. When it comes to the lightsaber, Darth Vader is arguably the most skilled lightsaber duelist on this list. Arguably. Even I argue with my friends about that. But he's no doubt one of the best. He's the best of his era, no doubt. He's undefeated. Undefeated in lightsaber combat. Master of all 7 forms, and trained many really skilled apprentices. When it comes to the Force, Vader had 80% of Darth Sidious's Force power. Which, that might sound like he lost 20% of Palpatine's power. Might sound lame. That's incredible when you know how powerful Darth Sidious is. And having 80% of that power is phenomenal. Like, not a lot of Sith Lords can reach that. Vader's intelligence is off the charts. I mean, he literally led Imperial forces during a galactic civil war and led a Jedi purge. So, he's got to be intelligent. Vader left one of the biggest marks in galactic history. Literally, Leia went for Supreme Chancellor. She couldn't get it because people found out she was Darth Vader's daughter. That's just how big of a mark Vader put on the galaxy. And just overall, Vader's experience, he fought 2 wars. Clone Wars, Galactic Civil War. So, hands down, without a doubt, Darth Vader's a beast. Top 10 most powerful Sith Lords. And you could easily flip him between numbers 7, 6, and 5. At number 5, we have the Sithari Darth Bane. As a lightsaber duelist, Darth Bane's instructors told him he was far beyond forms and sequences, which does speak heights and volumes about his skill level. Though, I do feel he was a little too textbook in his application. When it comes to Force powers, though, Darth Bane's Force powers were incredible. He was able to learn Essence Transfer, Force Lightning to the point of Force Storms. He was able to literally just rip through Force walls with telekinesis. And he was able to control Orbalisks, which could kill the normal person. But Bane was able to control them for so long. Heck, there's even a rumor that Darth Bane actually got inside Darth Zana with Essence Transfer, which is pretty impressive. Now, the thing that made me put Bane above Kun and Vader is his tactical sensibility, his impact on the galaxy, and his experience. Bane's tactical ingenuity caused the Sith to win in the end. He made up the rule of 2 in a matter of like a few minutes in a temple, came up with the whole idea. The plan ended up working for 1,000 years and saved the Sith Order. We're done. We're just done. Half of these Sith Lords wouldn't have even succeeded if it wasn't for Darth Bane. That's just incredible. His impact on the galaxy? Well, what was the impact that the Rule of Two had on the galaxy? Think about that. That's what Bane put on the galaxy. Hands down. And for experience, I mean, he still fought against the Lord Hoth's Army of Light, so he has some battlefield experience, but just tactics and experience and what he put on the galaxy easily just force Bane ahead of Exar Kun and Darth Vader, both. Hands down, the true Sithari. At number 4, I have Darth Titus, and number 4 and number 3 can easily be switched around, in my opinion. But when it comes to Darth Titus, as a lightsaber duelist, he was very capable. He fought Kyle Katarn, Mara Jade, Jaina Solo Fell, and Grandmaster Luke Skywalker. 3 of those characters are on my top 10 most powerful Jedi list. So, that's pretty good. However, the problem with Titus' lightsaber technique is I felt like throughout the series, he got a little too over-reliant on distraction and force powers. Speaking of force powers, Titus is incredible. He and Grandmaster Luke are the only 2 Force wielders who have ever been able to do oneness with the Force, which is basically Jedi God mode, though this was only possible when Titus was a Jedi. Titus basically went undefeated with only Grandmaster Luke and Jaina Solo Fell matching him in Force power. And you could even make an argument that Grandmaster Luke is the only one to match him in Force power. Actually, I think he and Kip Duran can do it, but whatever. Tactical ingenuity, Titus literally started the Second Galactic Civil War. That's pretty damn impressive. And for experience, Titus fought 2 wars, Yuzhong Vong War and Second Galactic Civil War. And he has a lot of experience with some of the greatest Jedi to ever live, training under them. Titus also learned many other unorthodox Force powers, learning from not just the Jedi and the Sith, but people like the Night Sisters and other Force factions. So he has a good knowledge on the Force. Overall, Titus could be number 3. Like, number 3 and number 4 could easily flip-flop, but I just think number 3 takes the cake. At number 3, we have Darth Krayt. Oh, this dude. Yeah, he and Titus could easily switch between 3 and 4, but I'm putting Krayt at number 3 today because I'm in a Darth Krayt mood. When it comes to lightsaber skills, Krayt is arguably the greatest Form 6 master to ever live. He defeated Darth Warlock III in single combat and very nearly overpowered post-prime Obi-Wan Kenobi in lightsaber combat. That's no mean feat. Force powers, Krayt was incredible. He trained as a Jedi, a bounty hunter, a Tusken Raider, and a Sith, which means his knowledge of the Force and experience is incredible. Krayt was a master of one of the most rare abilities, which is Dark Transfer, where he could basically heal his allies or use it to kill. Krayt was also to will himself back to life after dying. Are we done here? When it comes to experience, again, Jedi, Tusken Raider, Bounty Hunter, Sith Lord, Sith Emperor. That's arguably the most experienced person on this list. Krayt's mark on the galaxy is incredible. Experience? Clone Wars, Jedi Purge, Yuzhong Vong War, War with Abeloth, Legacy Wars. Oh my. It's, honestly, when it comes to lightsaber dueling, I think Krayt slightly outclasses Titus. In the Force, I think they're matched. But I think Krayt's experience, mark on the galaxy, and tactical ingenuity is just enough to make him number 3, but he's not number 2 or number 1. Number 2, we have Emperor Vitiate. He was, of course, the Sith Emperor of the ancient Sith Empire during the Great Galactic War. As a lightsaber duelist, Vitiate wasn't that good. He was pretty simple, as he was primarily a Force duelist. When it comes to Vitiate's Force powers, this guy really shows he's at number 2. This guy has used Force Drain to drain entire worlds of Force energy. Also, the Children of the Emperor program. He literally got a bunch of children and had the power to literally take over their bodies and minds and literally live through other people at the same time across the galaxy. Also, in the middle of a lightsaber duel, he could create Force doppelgangers of himself. Literally clone himself in the middle of a battlefield with the Force, all armed with a lightsaber, and they can all fight like him. All have the same level of Force power and dueling skills. Those 3 feats alone make him number 2. But nope, there's more. His spirit was literally able to go into different bodies, which made him go from Vitiate to Valkorion. Because, he probably went through at least 5 or 6 bodies before he actually died. Heck, we don't even know when this guy died. People think he died as Valkorion. There's a good chance he went in another body and kept living. We don't know. We know he did die, but did he? We don't know. He's probably the closest next to Darth Sion to become immortal. Experience? 3 wars. Revenant Malik's War, Great Galactic War, and the Eternal Empire. Mark on the Galaxy? Darth Plagueis was talking about how powerful this guy was. Darth Plagueis doesn't talk about how powerful people are. Moving on. And at number 1, we have the Senate. We have Darth Sidious. There's no denying Sidious is the most powerful Sith Lord. Though some people could make an argument that it's Vitiate, but you know what? I think it's Sidious. As a lightsaber duelist, Palpatine is incredible. This guy is kept up with Mace Windu, Yoda, Darth Maul and Savage Opress, and Dark Empire Luke Skywalker. That's incredible. He's a master of all 7 lightsaber forms in both single blade variant and dual blade variant. Trained Darth Maul in the saber staff. So when it comes to lightsaber combat, Palpatine's pretty knowledgeable. When it comes to his Force powers, Palpatine is a master of almost every Sith and Jedi ability there is. He's a master of telekinesis, Force lightning, telepathy, Force lightning, Force drain, Sith sorcery, midichlorian manipulation, among many, many others. He was able to create Force storms to literally destroy planets and even teleport people through them and destroy an entire rebel fleet. He was able to use essence transfer to transfer his essence into different bodies after death. If you've read Dark Empire, you know he lived through using the Force to transfer his essence into clone bodies. Rise of Skywalker, get your act together. Read Dark Empire. Gotta go now. Palpatine's body literally exploded after death because he was just so powerful in the dark side of the Force. He was able to extend his own life through midichlorian manipulation and completely cloak his dark side presence from the entire Jedi Order standing right in front of him. That's how good at masking his presence was, and even masking all the dark side degradation on his face. Experience? Palpatine did start 2 Galactic Civil Wars. Well, he started one and inadvertently started a second one. That's not bad. And for Mark on the Galaxy, Palpatine will probably be remembered till the end of time. Probably the end of time. Basically, he's done everything. No other Sith Lord has got on his level. Vitiate and Krayt got close, but nowhere near as good as Sidious. In many ways, Palpatine was the dark side of the Force. This dude could walk around as calling himself a Mortis god, and people would probably believe him. He's so dang powerful. Yoda could not beat this guy, and Personally, people say Mace Windu beat him. I think Palpatine threw the fight. If Yoda couldn't beat him, I don't think Mace Windu could beat him. I'm just saying. And Dark Empire Luke only beat him because Palpatine's clone bodies couldn't take all the dark side energies inside of him. Yeah. You know what? I can just go on and on about how powerful Sidious is, but we need to end this video. So, I'm gonna stop. And that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. The top 10 most powerful Sith Lords. And now, we're going to do a little bit of news and hope. So, I know the Versus series has not kicked off yet. It's coming. I'm finishing some recording and some script writing for the first one. And the second one might come days later. Like, I've been working back and forth with both videos. But, in the meantime, I've come up with the idea of this. Emperor Krayt versus Emperor Palpatine versus Emperor Vitiate. And a big 1v1v1. I'm only going to do it if you guys like the Versus series and we get to 100 subscribers. I will make this into the biggest Versus series ever done. Better yet, I could probably even add more characters into this. Like, we're going to put the Council Force cast to shame with this. But only with your guys' support. We make it to 100 subscribers, I will make this. I will make this video. Right here. The top 3 most powerful Sith Lords, in my opinion, smashing into each other, brawling. I will do it. But only with your support. Now, there were a lot of Sith Lords who could have made this list. Like, honestly, this could have been like a top 20 or a top 25 list. But to save time, and because you people are probably getting tired, I'm only going to give you the top 15. So I'm going to go mute, and I'm going to send images showing numbers 11 through 15 in blank, and you can just pay your respects to these Sith Lords and comments down below. Without further ado, next time you see me, it will be with the Versus series. Peace out, guys.